snow doesn't crunch when you're moving slow enough to live. It whispers. January 3rd, 1945. Western Front. I'm Corporal Jack Riley, Canadian Scottish Regiment, Pathfinder Patrol. We'd pushed too far ahead of the line, 4 men against the Ardennes winter. Our job, find the enemy, mark their route, call down hell from the guns behind us. But rules change when you see the enemy isn't a target. He's a man dragging his dying friend through the snow. Dawn patrol. White snowsuits. Faces blackened with stove soot. Rifles slung low to avoid snagging frozen brush. Sergeant McLean spread the map on his knees, flashlight beam dancing across grid lines. 2 miles east, Jerry's pulling back. Artillery needs eyes. Private Ellis, our radio man, tested the set. Static hissed like breath on frozen metal. I checked my Sten gun, fingers numb inside wool mittens. We knew the math. Every minute deeper meant harder to get out, but maps don't show the human part. First sign, boot prints, not ours. German hobnails, deeper on one side, heavy packs, wounded maybe, leading into the ravine. We followed at a crawl, bellies scraping ice crust. Wind moaned through skeletal oaks, carrying faint voices. German, argumentative. McLean signaled halt. We froze, breaths pluming like smoke signals. My heart hammered louder than footsteps we couldn't afford to make. Tracks told the story before we saw them. Retreat, ragged, desperate. I pressed my ear to the snow. Vibrations traveled like whispers through ice. Boots, dragging sled runners, muffled groans. 300 yards ahead, maybe 4 men, one limping badly, voice rising in pain. Companion cursing softly, consoling. Not soldiers on the march, survivors stitching themselves home. I signaled distance and bearing to McLean. His eyes narrowed. Radio or wait? The call hung heavier than snow on branches. First visual, through binoculars. 4 shapes in white distance. Leading soldier dragging improvised sled. Blanket poles, branches. Wounded man strapped atop, head lolling. Behind, 2 more covering flanks. Rifles ready, but movement sluggish. Frostbite faces, uniforms ragged. They weren't advancing, they were escaping. Our escape, too, if we played it right. McLean whispered, artillery target, perfect ambush spot. My stomach turned. The dilemma crystallized in frozen air. Call coordinates. Watch 105S. Turn them to mist. Mission complete. Or let them pass. Risk court-martial later. But those eyes, haunted, human, stared through lenses like they knew we watched. Ellis fidgeted with radio handset. Sergeant? McLean looked at me. Pathfinders don't hesitate, except when they do. Snowflakes melted on my cheek. Decision time. Sergeant, to Battery 3. Ellis whispered into the set. Coordinates. Confirm fire mission. Static acknowledgement crackled back. I imagined the guns 7 miles rearward, crews loading shells, laying sights. 30 seconds flight time. The Germans paused. Wounded man coughed wetly. Companion knelt, offered canteen. Moment of grace amid retreat. Our finger on the trigger now. Across the ravine, the wounded German looked up, straight at our position. not seeing us exactly, but sensing, eyes hollow, bandaged head tilted like listening for ghosts. He said something low. Companion nodded, helped him sip. Not monsters, fathers, brothers, frozen like us. McLean gripped my shoulder. Riley, eyes on target, but my scope wavered. Humanity has no camouflage. Ellis hissed. Shells away, 30 seconds. Team split. Young Kid Tremblay whispered, Let 'em go, Sarge. They're done. McLean snapped, Orders, Private. But doubt flickered. We could claim radio failure, blame weather, save 4 lives. Germans moved again, slow, stubborn. Sled runner caught root, tipped. Man groaned, our shells inbound. Whoomp distant. Arcing death, invisible, yet inevitable. Gunners back home wouldn't hesitate. Clean kill. We watched, transfixed, as first round air burst overhead. Shrapnel hissed through trees. Germans scattered, dragging wounded. Second shell cratered snow 20 yards short. Third direct, sled vaporized. Figures fell, whitecaps staining red. Mission success, stomach failure. Radio confirmed, target neutralized, exfiltrate. We backed away single file, snow erasing our trace. Tremblay silent, Ellis pale. McLean clapped my back. War, Riley, not murder. But footprints lingered in mind. Ours, theirs, mingled now. January light hardened. New Year, same arithmetic. Lives traded for lines on maps. Back at outpost by dusk, guns silent. Log entry, enemy column destroyed, no casualties. I stared at trampled snow outside tent, imagining German wives waiting, one less body to bury. Pathfinder's burden. See everything, feel too much, report facts only. But snow remembers. It covers all sins equally. January 1945 taught me. Victory leaves deeper tracks than defeat.